Hey everyone, it's Lolo. I'm back on my floor because, I tend to hang out on my floor a bit. But anyway, I thought today I would go over some housing on the Disney College program because that's always a concern because you're going to be living in these houses potentially up to a year, 3 months. I lived in for 3 months, but you could be 6 months, 8 months, a year and a half. Who knows? But yeah, so housing's kind of important. So at the Disney College program, there are 4 housing complexes that you can choose from. You have 1 Vista Way, 2 Commons, 3 Patterson, and 4 would be Chatham Square. So instead of going over like the pros and cons of each, I'll give like a brief summary of each because I've actually only lived at 2 of them because I've only done 2 college programs, but I've visited all the complexes and I've seen inside of them, so I kind of know. But ultimately, like, no matter where you're gonna live, you're gonna love it because let's just face it, you only really sleep there. So on my first college program, I was in Patterson. Patterson Court is, I found it very spacious, extremely spacious actually. I think it has one of the nicest pools because they had like some cabanas out there. I'd be out there like every morning, and it was just really nice. There was actually like a little area that you can play some games at. It was perfect for that. You did have to walk to the laundry room, so that was okay. But like, it was pretty cool. I lived in a 3-bedroom, 6-person, so there was no bunk beds. Now there are bunk beds available at Patterson. The only place that doesn't have bunk beds is Vista. So at Patterson, we had 6 of us and there was 1 fridge. That was the only thing that I found like kind of hard because you only really got like this much room, like half a shelf in the fridge when you try to divide it between 6 girls, and there's a freezer on top. Don't get me started on trying to split that. That was pretty crazy. Anyway, so in Patterson, the living areas were really big and each bedroom actually had their own bathroom. The one that I was at, the 6-person, which was really nice because you only had to share with 1 person, which I loved because I like getting ready and I've got lots of makeup, so I need all that good lighting. You see all the light in here? I know what's up. Anyway, so Patterson I found was really good for that. The downside to Patterson, I guess, would be there's no bus stop. So you have to walk to Chatham Square. I lived in the back of Patterson, and walking to Chatham Square was about a 5-7 minute walk, depending on how fast you walked, what kind of shoes you were wearing, all that jazz. Do I say all that jazz a lot? I think so. Anyway, I also say anyway a lot. Okay, so now my last program, they actually introduced the Walmart bus, the H bus, goes to Patterson and they drop you off at Patterson. So that's nice because you're not carrying your groceries all the way from Chatham Square, because that was pretty hard when you had tons of groceries and you're trying to carry everything back, like in the heat. Didn't really work. So that's nice that they have that, especially on move-in day because you're going to be buying a lot. I would prefer Patterson if it seemed more new. It's not one of the newer ones, but it definitely seemed more like spacious. Alright, so on my second program, I lived in Vista Way. Vista has a lot of, what would you call it, I guess? A reputation? Yeah. Vista has a way for being a reputation for the party housing, but honestly, you're going to get that at all the complexes. It just so happens that Vista holds the most people, so obviously you're going to have more people there. Like, that's just natural. I actually loved Vista Way. I remember my first program, I was like, I don't know, like, Vista, like, it kind of scares me. I'm new to this whole thing. No, I loved it. Vista was awesome because all the buses go there. It's the actual bus hub, so even all the bus drivers actually meet there. That's how they get to work and everything. Each building in Vista has their own laundry just on the first floor on there, so you didn't have to walk across to get to the nearest laundry area, and that's always important because you gotta have some clean clothes. Vista is also very centrally located. It is far away from the other 3 complexes. It's about a 25-minute walk which I was crazy enough to walk there whenever I want to go to Publix. I would walk from Vista to Publix. That was about half an hour, 40 minutes. Crazy athlete here. Not really. So Vista, it had tons of restaurants around it. You had your Applebee's. They also had the Wendy's that was openly, and Chick-fil-A. It also had a 24-hour Walgreens, which was nice if you like got off work and you were getting home around like 1 and you forgot to get toothpaste for the morning. Like, you need that. So just walk on over to Walgreens and you're fine. There was also a liquor store for those of you in non-wellness right at Walgreens. Oh, and for all the non-vegetarians watching, there's Buffalo Wild Wings there too. But I could go there even as vegetarian because everywhere has vegetarian options for me. Just give me some veggies. So there was that. Vista, we were in a renovated apartment, which was pretty nice because we got 2 fridges between 6 girls. It was awesome. Again, I was in a 6-person apartment. It was a 3-bedroom, but there was only 2 bathrooms, and I got there first on move-in day, so I chose the one with the bathroom. Also because I liked the location of it. It was pretty nice, and I liked the closet, and I just chose it. So my other 4 roommates had to share 1 bathroom, which was fine because there was a sink inside and outside the washroom area, so they had 2 sinks anyway, so that was fine. There are some apartments in Vista that aren't renovated, and they could be half renovated, so they either have the fridges or they don't. But I honestly couldn't really tell much of a difference besides like the flooring not being carpet or something. It wasn't too bad. Vista's actually pretty nice, minus the beds. The beds are pretty hard, but you're not gonna notice because you're gonna be out after you get home from work anyway. I also really liked the gym in Vista. I didn't go to the one in Patterson that much because I found it really small, but the gym in Vista was pretty big. I always went at like 6 in the morning, and so it was empty, which I loved, and I had all the weights to myself, so that was nice. And then my apartment was actually right beside the pool and gym, so I literally just walked there, and I was at the pool every morning right after the gym. I would just be tanning, which is probably how I got so tan this summer, because I'm pretty pale, and I got tan. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm actually on my 3rd program. Hopefully I'm going to request it, but honestly, like I said before, you're just going to pretty much be sleeping there and eating. You're going to be in the parks exploring all the other days. Okay, so 3rd apartment. Alright, we have Chatham Square. Chatham Square is also one of the like hubs, I guess, for buses. It's got all the ones that come either before or after Vista, and that's where Patterson will be taking the buses. In Chatham, it's also where the service center is, so that was pretty helpful because it's one of the main service centers to get like documents and stuff. So that sometimes you'd have to go there if you had to like pay extra or pick up something. Sometimes it'd be at Chatham, if not Vista, but you'd always be let know. Chatham I found to be kind of like not older, but wasn't as renovated as Vista. Like, it still had carpets and stuff, and I found it really small and dark. But I do like that all the housing events are there, because when there was housing events, I'd have to find a bus and take it there, and then I'd get there late. And whereas with this like Chatham, you could literally walk out for the start of the housing event, or you could come near the end when all the lines were done. So you kind of had it better that way. Also, there's classes that go on at Chatham, so you'd have to go there if you weren't there. Chatham, I like the outside of it a lot. It reminds me of this like cool little like Victorian apartments with tons of trees and walkways. So that was really nice. I didn't personally stay there, but the ones that I visited was a bunk bed, and I don't know like how you guys would be for bunk beds, but for me, like, I found the bunk bedrooms pretty small. Because I think it's because I have a lot of clothes, to be honest. But if you're okay with bunks, especially if you already have like your 2 best friends as your roommates, like, go for the bunks. It's not going to matter either way. So it really depends on personal choice there. Alright, Commons. Holla. Free laundry is the biggest perk of the Commons. So Commons is also kind of known as like the most expensive, but it's actually not. Recently they just posted new prices, and it's kind of down there with like Vista, and actually Chatham was the most expensive. And honestly, like, things can be expensive, but they all kind of even out in the end. With Chatham, you do get free laundry, so you're only paying for your laundry soap. You're not paying for laundry soap and each wash and each dry, which saves you $3 in total just for a wash and dry, one load. So there is that, and you could do laundry pretty much whenever you want. I visited a few of the Commons apartments, and they were pretty big too. Like, their living areas were huge, and they had a really nice like island bar that you could like sit up and eat at or something. So it was pretty nice. The rooms were a little bit smaller than the mine in Patterson, but it was around the same size as the one in Vista that I had. And as well, it depends. You could have, like, there wasn't any single bathrooms for like 2 pairs. So Patterson was the only one that I visited that had that, or lived in, I guess. So the biggest perk about Commons would be laundry. Second is they do have another nice pool. I'd rank that second after Patterson. Vista being last, but honestly I didn't care. The nice thing about Commons is they do have some of the housing events there, like pool parties can sometimes be there, but they try to associate those with all the complexes. But a lot of the international things happens at Commons, because Commons used to be the international hub, so a lot of them is still there. So when you have to do housing meetings and everything, it's all at the Commons, or you have to go get paperwork, it's all at the Commons, or meet somewhere for a meeting, it's all at Commons. So that's pretty nice. Another thing about Commons is they just opened up the Grid a couple summers ago, and that just sells just your basic, like, kind of like a convenience store, like some chips, some ice cream, pizza, that kind of stuff. So that one's really nice to have, just in case you need to like pick up something on the go. Commons is really good for a location because it's right across the street from the Orlando Premium Outlets, so you always have shopping access there, and right across from the outlets is a McDonald's. A lot of other restaurants are there. It's also where the trolley goes to Universal, so you don't have a far walk. You can also walk to Publix if you want. It's about a 15-20 minute walk from Commons. The buses do go to Publix, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm a walker. Oh well. Anyway, so honestly, when it comes to housing, it's gonna just come down to your personal preference. Someone can't tell you one is better than the other, in my opinion, because I was led to believe that when I first started my programs 3 years ago now. And I honestly was afraid when I got Vista, but it's my favorite housing complex of them all. So even this video might not even help you. Any video might not even help you. It can give you kind of an idea of what you want and what you value more, but it ultimately, you don't get to choose your set housing, you're given what you're given, so that you can choose what you like, but you're not necessarily going to get it. I never got my first choices. I've always gotten my third or last choice out of the 4, so the only thing you can really choose is that couple people or that one person that you can link up with, and the rest from that is you're pretty much just going to sleep and eat there and just go and explore the parks. Don't let the housing choice bring down your program or anything, because they're all awesome in their own way. And the prices fluctuate each year. So if you're watching this video a year from now, it might turn out that Vista's most expensive. Who knows? It's ultimately, everything changes for it, and you're just gonna love the program no matter what. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for you in any way possible, even though I said it might not be helpful, but at least you have an idea of what housing is out there, and you can kind of take that, decide what you value most. And the next thing, I guess, would be hit subscribe. You know what to do. Also follow the Instagrams, the Twitters, all that social media, and hit me up in the comment section what you want to see next. This is Lolo. Peace out.